Positive Health and Fitness, and today is day number 4 of my beginner strength training series. Today the muscle groups we're going to be concentrating on is your back and your biceps. We're going to have the work time as 45 seconds with 20 seconds rest. You're going to have those same 8 movements that you're going to do 2 sets of each before you move on to the next one. And then tomorrow for our day number 5, we're going to have a full body. We're going to mix up that timer a little bit for a little bit of fun. Equipment-wise, you're going to need a mat, a variety of dumbbells. I'm actually going to be using mostly 5s today to show you the main part of this workout. There's just one movement that I'm going to be using a 10-pound weight for. Very beginner, grab your 2s and 3s. If you feel like you're getting a little more advanced, grab those 8s and 10s. But before you begin, be sure that you're warming up your body for at least 5 minutes before you begin. But if you're ready to go, let's start lifting. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to first work the biceps. We're going to kind of alternate back and forth between back and biceps. So the first one is a hammer curl. You're going to have your hands at your sides. You're lifting them up and lowering them down. Good. Now something that I want you to think about when you're doing these hammer curls is make sure that when you're going back down, you're not letting them fling all the way back here. You want to stop that elbow right there. Your elbows really aren't moving. It's this lower part of your arms. You're keeping that nice and steady. Good. Going. Be sure that you're grabbing a weight that it's going to be hard to finish out the second round, okay? We're going to do the hammer curls one more time. Your weight needs to be heavy enough that it's getting tiring on those biceps. That being said, if you're doing a weight that's a little too heavy, then you can bump down the second round. But for strength training, we really want to work that muscle to almost exhaustion. That's how you build strength. Something also to keep in mind that I want your core to be nice and tight here. Tuck that pelvis under. I don't want you really rounding your back when you're doing these. Keep that core nice and tight. Good. You're using more muscles than just biceps when you're doing this. Good. Okay, our next move is going to be a back fly. So I'm going to have you hinge at the hips in that lifting position. So again, you're bending at those hips, not that upper back. You'll have your weights straight in front of you, and you're flying them out and then back in. So your arms are kind of in that bent position, back in. I want you to think about leading with your elbows here, and then back down. Good. Now as you're working your back, make sure you're not grabbing too heavy of a weight that when you're lifting these, you're having to really push up like this. You should be able to, beginner level, stick to a weight where you can nice and make that a fluid motion. Once you get to a point where that gets too easy, then you're going to start bumping up on weight. All right, 20-second rest. We'll start on round 2 of those back flies. All right, hinge at those hips when you bend over. Back is still flat. Weights in front of you. Fly them out and down. Good. You're going to kind of feel those shoulder blades squeeze together. working, we're almost there. Good work. All right, our next one is going back to those biceps. This is an X bicep curl. So your weights are gonna be at your side. You're basically pulling them up in front of you where they touch to make an X, and then back down. We're on. Make an X, back down. Same with this movement as a bicep curl. Make sure you're not throwing those back. You're stopping them right here as they come up, back down. Good. Now again, obviously I could lift heavier than this if I was doing this as a workout for myself. But for you, for beginner, again, you're grabbing a weight that is going to be hard to do when you do the second round of these. Good. Also, on strength training, these are not very fast movements. If you're going that fast, then it means that your weight is way too light for you, and you need to go a little heavier. Get ready for our second round of these X bicep curls. Good. Now we're on day 4 of this series. Hopefully you're getting kind of the feel for it, how we're working all different muscle groups. Tomorrow is going to be a full body, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. Full bodies always tend to be workouts that people choose. Say they only have a half an hour to do workout. They generally choose a full body, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't want to always choose a full body. You really like to get that muscle progression to really concentrate on certain muscle groups like we are today. Good. Okay, we're gonna lay down. This is for your back. It's gonna be an overhead pull over. So I'm gonna switch to my little bit heavier weight for this one. I'm gonna lay down. The weight is above you. You're pulling it back till it just touches the floor, and then you're putting it back up. Good. Now you should also really feel that stretch in your back here, which is great for mobility as we age as well. Good. We're gonna have a nice strong back for those tank tops this summer. All right, 20-second rest. We're gonna do one more of those. Adjust your weight if needed. I want you to be getting fatigued here for the second round. Good. Good. Try to have your arms pretty straight on this too. I know once you're really bending them, then you're not quite getting those same back muscles as I want you to work here. Okay, we're done with that little heavier weight, so now we're going to do wide bicep curls. So how these are different than regular bicep curls, those are usually straight in front of you. These are just holding them more out to your sides while you're going to be curling your arms up. All right, let's go. Kind of working all different angles of those biceps today, so they should feel nice and worked by the time we're done. Good. Again, remember to be bracing that core. Keep that pelvis tucked under while you're doing all of these movements. It's going to protect your lower back. All right. Enjoy your 20-second break. Get ready for one more set of those. All right. Nice work here. Now these should be getting heavy. If you need to bump down on weight, you can. Otherwise, try to push through this last round of these. Okay, moving on to the back again, we're going to do a supine row. So you're going to, again, hinge at those hips. Your weights are going to be pressing or pushed forward, so facing the wall. And you're going to draw those elbows back and down. All right, we're on. So pull them back and down. Keep those elbows pretty close to your body, okay, when you're pulling back like this. I don't want them going out like that. I want to keep them nice and close to that body. You're going to think about those shoulder blades squeezing together again. Good. Okay. One more round of the supine rows. Now you can adjust your weight as needed here. Your back and biceps, are different muscles, so you might need a different set of weights for each. All right, hinge at those hips, flat back, pull those back and down. Now I also want your gaze to kind of be gazing straight on the floor in front of you, not necessarily looking up. We're going to protect that neck as well. Kind of get a little bit of bonus work here, staying in this squatted position on those legs. All right, our next move is going to be a cross-body bicep. It's the last bicep move. So your hand or your weights are going to be at your side. You're lifting the weight to touch your shoulder and then back down. All right, ready to begin? Let's go. Tap, down, tap. Good. Again, not super fast movements. Heavy enough weights that you're having to work to lift that up. How you feeling? Those biceps should be burning by now. All right, we have one more set of those. Now, if you're new to strength training, let me know what you're thinking of this program so far. Strength training is very, very important to get into. After this, we have our last back move. Then we're actually going to end on a 2-minute ab finisher today instead of our cardio. It's going to be standing work. Okay, so we're going to go down for a renegade row. So for beginners, you're going to be on your knees with the weights in front of you. I want those hips to be pushed forward as if you were doing a beginner push-up. Then you're going to be lifting each weight up. Now the work here is to try to keep those hips nice and stable. I don't want them rocking back and forth a lot on this, okay? So pull up, down, pull up, down. Now if these weights are too heavy at all for you, or if they're really bothering your wrist, you can do an even more beginner move, and you're just lifting your hands up. Good. Do what works for you. We're working this movement up so we can eventually do them in a full plank movement. But you're not there yet. We'll get there. All right, one more round of those. If you're struggling to keep those hips steady, think about almost pushing those knees into the ground. That'll really help so your hips aren't really swaying back and forth on that. This very much works your core as well. All right, round 2. Pull, pull. Good. Again, if the weights are bothering your wrist, just drop them and just lift your arms up one at a time. You're still gonna get that work. Very good. All right, we're gonna have a 20-second rest here. We're gonna finish on 2 minutes of standing abs. So what we're gonna do is an oblique crunch. We'll start on the right side, your hands above your head, and you're just lifting that knee up and crunching those obliques, okay? Let's go, 1 minute on one side. Now I also want you to think about your breath here. As you're doing the abs, breath is very important. So I want you to exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good, think about really squeezing those obliques together. Now you don't have to lift your leg as high as I am. If you're only going to here, that's fine. Just think about really crunching the side obliques. I kind of reach over just a little bit more. Get a little more depth. Good. These are also nice and slow. This is not a cardio move. We're not really going super fast, okay? Nice and slow. Breathe. Good. Gonna get ready to switch sides here. All right, other side, left side, hand above, crunch. Breathe, inhale, exhale. This is also working your supporting leg, standing on that one leg, very important. Whoops, sometimes you lose your balance like that. Good. As you see, I must need that single leg stability. gonna do a little cool down here. I'm gonna take your arm, take your elbow, stretch it across your body. Good work. I hope that back and biceps feels like you actually really worked those muscles today. They should. If not, repeat the workout, and then next time I want you to lift heavier weights. Now take the elbow, reach it over. Other side. Reach down to an ankle. To the other side. Into the middle. Now let's go down for a child's pose. It'll help stretch that upper back there that you really worked today. So really try to reach those fingertips forward as much as you can. Good. I'm just gonna slowly stand up there. Let's do some nice circles. Yeah, now your muscles are warmed up. You should have a little bit better range of motion here. It's always good to do. Don't skip your cool downs. That's when those muscles are nice and warm. You can really work on that flexibility, that range of motion. All right, very good job on those back and biceps today. Tomorrow is going to be day number 5, and it's going to be a full body. We're switching up the timer a little bit, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you then.